it has a very philosophical plot, Kuruthi?
Not at all. Kuruthi is
No.
an absolute like action thriller.
Mm-hmm. But is there any it speaks for any bigger issue that people committing violence in the name of God?
Yeah, definitely. See, there are a lot of layers to it. That's the best part about the
Mm-hmm.
script that Anish has written because, like from the trailer, there are all the makings of an. I guess you would understand that that there are all these elements from like that you would see in an absolutely entertaining action film, and we have also obviously tried to make it as entertaining as possible because that is important. But that's not the only intention that Anish had when he wrote the script, and because his intentions are streamlined and structured well enough, they sort of add heft to the movie itself. So while it hopefully does entertain you, it will not be just that. It will not be empty.
What is your character? It's you're playing Ibrahim in the
Yeah.
film. Yeah.
Yeah, so Ibrahim is someone who's still not recovered from past tragedy in the recent past, which pretty much took the most valuable things of his life from him in like one quick snatch, and he's been struggling with that, sort of living a half life. He maybe just wants an easy death from now on, but he's sort of like living on for the sake of his family. And in this particular situation, now he finds himself sort of in the role of the sole protector of his family, of whatever's left of his life, and he has to fight, and he doesn't yet have the strength for this particular fight. So it's about that particular incident that shows Ibrahim what he is.
But how did you come into this project? How did
Prithvi called me, and I mean, like, we had done a movie called Coup Day together, and since then I like all the more so since then I wanted to work with him again, and I think I had told him that we'd sort of stayed in touch. He'd watched a couple of my films after that as well, after Coup Day as well, and Prithvi's always been, see, he's extremely encouraging and extremely inspiring as someone to just like watch in terms of the choices that he makes, and also the effort that he takes where he doesn't even have to sort of like pat someone else on the back or tell them that, hey, like I saw what you did there, good call, keep doing this. So that sort of thing makes a huge difference when it comes from someone as experienced and someone you respect that much. So when he called me again, like I was supremely excited. I went, he told me what the story is. I was blown away. I really enjoyed it. I almost immediately wanted to jump in and say yes, but I took a day to decide, because I also wanted to figure out for myself if I would be able to pull off Ibrahim.
As an insider, can you tell us, what sets Malayalam film industry apart from the rest of the other industries in the country? Because right now the popularity is like skyrocketing, and everybody is starting to look towards it. So what do you think? What is that thing that's about X factor?
I'm sure there are a lot of things, okay, and actually being someone on the inside doesn't give you the best perspective, but one thing I've realized is that we have an audience that is very willing to experiment with us, and that sort of gets the filmmakers to have the courage to experiment. It gets these big stars to have the courage to experiment, which trickles down to the other actors and the other technicians. So the audience has been receptive to almost everything that you throw at them. I mean, they will obviously reject it if it's bad, but not without giving it a fair shot. So what I've what I've seen and experienced in like some of my own films and a lot of films that I've seen around is that you don't need to on paper have say like these 3 or 4 set things that just have to be there for an audience to be pulled to the theater. I've seen films with absolutely no marketing do well in Malayalam. I've seen films with known faces do well in Malayalam. So as long as there is something that the film has gotten right and it's a good film and it's an honest film, the audience here has always given it its due. So that I think more than anything sort of pushes people to do things in whatever way they think is right without feeling the pressure to build a project that fits into a particular formula that works for an audience.
And another question is, you seem to sign a lot of many multi-star films. Do you also aspire to do films, mass films like Mohanlal and Prithviraj?
I aspire to do everything, as long as I do it well. So currently I am in this space where I'm trying everything out. Whatever comes my way, I want to try and see what I am what I have the most amount of fun doing. And because eventually it all comes down to that, right? If you're not having fun doing something, it's not going to come out great. And unfortunately in our job, the whole world is going to see that it hasn't come out great. It's not like a desk job where your face is not on the line. So yeah, I'm just at this point I'm really just like in a trial and error mode. I'm experimenting with what comes to me. The only plan I have of sorts is a list of people that I have in mind that I want to work with. So anything they call me for, I will go work.
Great. Thanks, Roshan. Thanks for taking your time and speaking with me. I'm looking forward to watching it. All the best.
Thank you. Really hope you like the film. Thank you very much.